Assalamualaikum dear students, this is Khizra Akib in your online class. Today we will be doing poem number 20 in broken images. The poem is written by Robert Graves. The poem is about human psychology, that all the human beings have different sort of thinking, different type of thought processes. They are different in their images, in their ideas, in their thinking. The poet is of the opinion, no matter what type of images you may have. You may have the clear or broken or confused or weird or absurd sort of images, but the thing that matters is that you must be inquisitive, scientific, and practical in your approach towards facts, towards truth. Okay, let's start reading the poem. He is quick thinking in clear images. I am slow thinking in broken images. He becomes dull trusting to his clear images. I become sharp, mistrusting my broken images. Trusting his images, he assumes their relevance. Mistrusting my images, I question their relevance. Assuming their relevance, he assumes the fact. Questioning their relevance, I question the fact. When the fact fails him, he questions his senses. When the fact fails me, I approve my senses. He continues quick and dull in his clear images. I continue slow and sharp in my broken images. He in a new confusion of his understanding, I in a new understanding of my confusion. Okay, the poet has presented two different types of persons with different way of thinking. Let's start paraphrasing and explaining the poem along with the explanation of the meanings of difficult words. He is quick thinking in clear images. I am slow thinking in broken images. The first person is quick uh, because he is very much clear in his images. He has clear images. He is not confused about what he knows. He accepts the truth readily. He is quick because he takes no time in making the decisions. He doesn't use his senses properly and he does the things in a careless way, and he takes the knowledge, the truth that he knows for granted. And the second type of person, that is actually the poet himself, is slow because he is not clear in his images, broken images, confused images. He doubts his images. He doubts what he knows. He is slow in accepting the things. He is slow in taking the decisions. He is slow in believing his senses. So he does the things carefully, and he always questions the truths. He doesn't believe in what he knows. He doesn't take the truth and the facts for granted. He becomes dull, trusting to his clear images. I become sharp, mistrusting my broken images. Now, the first person who is quick and who has clear images becomes dull, inactive, because he doesn't do anything with his senses. He doesn't observe by himself. He doesn't try to find the truth. He doesn't make any effort to know the truth, to explore the facts. So he becomes inactive, trusting to his clear images because he readily trusts the things he already knows. I become sharp, mistrusting my broken images. But the second person who has confused images becomes sharp. He becomes intelligent because he uses his senses. He doesn't rely on the knowledge he already has. He tries to find the truth by himself. He questions his ideas. He questions the facts that comes to him. His approach towards the things, towards truth particularly, is scientific. He believes that no truth is final truth, rather, there is always room for some new truth, and when there comes the new truth, the old facts becomes obsolete. Trusting his images, he assumes their relevance. Mistrusting my images, I question their relevance. The person who is clear in his images and who doesn't do anything to know the truth, to explore the things, he assumes that whatever he knows is practical, is relevance, connected, is connected to the reality, is connected to life, is connected to the things around him. And in this way, he becomes misguided. Mistrusting my images, I question their relevance. But the second person who doesn't believe in his images, who doesn't accept the facts and the truth, he doubts, doubt. He doubts the relevance or the connection of his images with reality. Assuming their relevance, he assumes the fact. Questioning their relevance, I question the fact. The first person who assumes the relevance of his images with the reality, who assumes that his images are connected to the reality, are connected to the fact. He assumes the fact. He accepts the fact. Questioning their relevance, I question the fact. But the second person who questions, who doubts the relevance of his images with reality, with practical life, with truth, with fact, he in a way doubts the fact. And when he doubts the fact, he is capable of exploring the new facts. As I have already told you, that the scientific approach is that when you find the new truth, when you find the new fact, the old facts become dead, and you cannot lead your life by sticking to the dead truths and dead facts. When the fact fails him, he questions his senses. When the fact fails me, I approve my senses. And the first person who believes in the dead facts, who believes in his clear images, when he finds that whatever he knew was not the fact, was not true, at that time he doubts his senses. At that time he becomes confused. At that time it becomes really very much hard for him to accept the truth, the new truth, to accept the reality that he was wrong, that all the facts which he assumed to be true were not true. When the fact fails me, I approve my senses. And when the second person finds that the things which were apparently true and fact were actually not, at that time he approves his senses, because his senses has already intimated him that he must investigate into the facts, he must explore into the truths. He continues quick and dull in his clear images. I continue slow and sharp in my broken images. So, the first person who is clear in his images, who is inactive, and who readily takes the decisions and accepts the facts, continues to be the way he is. And the second person who is slow in his perception, who is slow in his um, acceptance of the things, who is slow in his, you may say the taking the decisions or accepting the facts, he continues to work on his confused images, on his broken images, and in this process he becomes intelligent, he becomes sharp, and all his senses are developed. He in a new confusion of his understanding, in a new understanding of my confusion. The final result is that the person who is clear in his images becomes confused in his understanding of the things at the end of the day. While the person who was doubting his images in the beginning, he becomes clear and confident in the understanding of the things. Okay, this was all about the poem. Now I'll read the main theme. I have explained it earlier as well. The main theme is that a person should remain inquisitive about the images of life, whether they are broken or clear. One who trusts one's clear images without proof becomes dull in one's life, whereas the other who mistrusts his broken images becomes sharp and intelligent. Nothing should be taken for granted, and one should remain thoughtful and considerate about the facts of life. Inquiry into the nature of things leads one to understand and accept the ground realities of life. Okay, girls, this was all about the poem. You have to prepare the stanza, critical appreciation, and MCQs of this poem, and also the short questions and answers. Okay, this was all from my side. Take care. Allah Hafiz.